going to London, right?
Mm-hmm.
This Friday, is it this weekend?
Yeah.
What are you going to London for?
Starting to. Just for fun.
Just for fun?
Just for fun.
Just
3
you?
weeks.
With my classmate.
I usually don't start till 6:30. Give other people, because Sheena walks in late sometimes. Jane sometimes walks in late sometimes. I don't expect them to be here, but never know. So 3 weeks in London. Okay, and
the first week we are in Europe.
Wait. We're at in Europe.
Maybe Germany,
Germany, okay.
French,
Okay.
maybe Holland. I think that's all.
It's okay.
I'm sure we'll in French.
Okay.
We'll be in French. Just a week for fun and 2 weeks in school
Okay. And what for school for what?
for learning English.
For English?
I think so.
Okay.
Usually our study tour is we'll go to school first, then the last week we have fun in Europe. But this year we meet the Olympic. Yes,
Mm.
there will be many crowd, so maybe it's dangerous or something.
Mm.
Our teachers say French, there will be maybe some violence when the sport game. So we go to war first. You see.
Okay. When I went to Germany,
The
this is what we did. Let's see. It was.
going to show me a picture.
I'm going to show you a video, but I want to find the right one.
Last year I went to America. For
I
study.
think this is it. Alpine roller coaster.
Wait. That's you could control the
Yeah, yes.
speed you
Yeah.
by yourself.
One person only.
So have you been crushed by somebody?
I've been this one. This is the one I did.
This is you?
No, not me, but this is the
Just
one that we
video.
did. Yeah. gives you a big push, and then
So down.
all the way down.
There was someone not too far in front, so hopefully we don't catch up with them. But
How did you?
I go very fast because I'm heavy, so gravity.
How do you get back?
You know how to skiing, they have ski lifts,
Oh.
they take you up.
Um,
So you go up on the ski lift and then you go all the way down on this. So it's just like skiing except for during the summer. There's a part later.
Would you get the feeling just like play a roller coaster?
Oh, it was scary.
Oh,
Yeah, there's some, I mean, it goes fast, and it's, you know, and it goes, yeah. It's only like 5 minutes, all down.
I want to do
Yeah.
this. I want to do this.
Yeah.
I won't do this.
No, it's fun. Best 5 minutes ever. It was the best 5 minutes I ever had in Germany.
I think I could die in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Die
You go-
in 5 minutes.
You go really fast. I never hit the brake.
In the break. This time I saw the video like this, everybody crashed.
We were supposed to go to Switzerland.
This is the
This
same,
is Germany.
same place.
This is the one I went to. This is the one in Germany.
The same place.
Yeah. I went down this one. All this looks familiar. But the one I wanted to go to when we went to Switzerland, we were supposed to go to Switzerland, but we decided not to.
Oh.
But yeah, you go through the woods and it's very. You see, I like roller coasters, so if you don't like roller coasters, you probably won't like it.
I think I didn't try roller coaster again since I wait. I take a ride when I was little.
Right. This is very, very fun. It is very fast. Yeah, and that's what I would be afraid of. I didn't have anybody in front of me like that. So I had to slow down. I went the whole way long, never hit brake. No fun if you got somebody like that going super duper slow in front of you. So anyway, it was very fun. So
I think Cool.
oh yeah. Monster truck. Yeah.
Noise.
Oh look, Rebecca is here today. It's just us.
怎么从那里？Having July 4th, so the host family they have some event or something else.
Okay. And where's that at? Who's host family?
Yeah.
Are they American? Are they
They're
British?
American and Mexican, I think.
Where at? What part of the country?
California.
California. Okay.
and this is most mom, most dad.
Yeah. Okay.
And teacher and student from another school.
Okay. Good. Very fun. All right. So it's just y'all two. So here, just take that for now. Hold on, okay? All right. So tonight we're going to talk about the ISIS and the future of space. Okay. So before we read, let's go to these questions real fast and we'll do the definitions. So what do you know about the International Space Station? Does anybody know the International Space Station? If you do you like talking about space and stuff like that? I know, I can't remember if we talked about this before, but.
They make gravity by turning.
So there is an app that I use, and it's called SkyMap, and it figures out where you're at. Like right now, it tells me that I'm in Dolio, and what it tells you, like right now, the sun is in the west, and it just set, so the sun is just almost ready to go down. And look, Venus and Mercury are all lined up. Right, lined up next to each other. So they're all boop, 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 boop. Okay. So, and then look, if you go below, Jupiter, Uranus, we're almost all lined up. All the planets are almost all lined up. Okay. Mars, Venus, but almost all in a big line. Okay. And if you go, I don't know where it's at, so you have to kind of look for it. But if you look around, and it'll tell you where all the stars are and all the things are, and if you look far enough, if you look enough, you can find the International Space Station. It'll show where it's at, where the ISS is. I don't know where it's at, so it might be difficult for me to find. It might be below, since. Let's see if I can find it. No. South Pole. No, I don't know where it's at. I have to go on the website and then look it up and see. There's the moon. The moon is down there. So the moon is below us. Okay. So, but the International Space Station is obviously a space station that orbits around the Earth. Okay, and of course it's international, so there's different people that are there. I think Germany is in there. I think the United States is in there. I think there's some French. Actually, I think there's some Russian as well, people in there as well. Okay. So do you think government should spend more or less money on space exploration? What do you think? You think the future, do you think it's money well spent to do more space information or no?
I have to think. I have to think.
No? Okay. Why?
I think the Earth is good now.
The Earth is what?
Is good. I think we should spend more money on Earth.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. It's a fair point. There's no wrong or right answer. Okay, so I'm not. This isn't like a gotcha, like ha ha ha. Okay, I mean it's not like that. I mean there are points of, we should fix before we start working on outside. We should fix here. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. There's also people that will go, well, we're so far past here on Earth, that we need to start worrying about going to other places because the Earth is getting worse and worse and worse. And a lot of people think that it's not going to get any better. My wife today, my wife tells me that she's never seen it so hot as it is right now outside. She goes, in all my years here in Taiwan,
38.6.
it was so hot today. She's like, and normally it's hot, but it's not a hot wind too. And the hot wind is making it hot, and it's just super duper hot. And, and she's like, it's never been so hot like right now. And I'm like, we're not even in July yet. It's still June. You know, July and August and September are usually hot or even more warmer. So, so there is people that say we should be spending money trying to, you know, find a different place, you know. So I agree with both, there's both sides. So nothing is right or wrong, okay? Do you think ordinary people will be able to travel to space within your lifetime? Now, my lifetime, probably not. Okay, I am 52, probably not in the next 30 years or 40 years will we have people that will just, ordinary people.
My lifetime.
Your lifetime,
Certainly not.
yeah, your lifetime probably. I think we're not very far away from going to Mars. I think we're probably, I would say somewhere between 10 and 15 years away from going to Mars.
Maybe Mars is possible.
And not only going to Mars, but establishing a civilization there where we can start shuttling people to Mars as we go. My guess is in probably 50 years from now, we'll have quite a few people living on Mars, if Mars goes good. I mean, obviously, if Mars goes bad, then no. Okay? But that's your lifetime. How old are you, Jason? 16?
16.
So 66 years old, that's your lifetime. You know, that's not terrible. But 50 years from now for me is 102. Probably not. Okay? So I would guess maybe. You know? Think about how much has changed in the last 50 years. You know, 50 years ago, we didn't have cell phones. We didn't have, you know, we didn't have anything digital.
50 years ago, people think that there would be flying car in the
Right.
sky.
Yeah. Everybody thought that.
50 years.
Everybody thought the Jetsons was, you know, like, you know. So I mean,
But now we started getting traffic.
you know what I think was the biggest factor in where we are today, technology-wise, is television. I think people like you that are your age watched movies a long time ago like Star Wars and Star Trek, you know, and watch those type of movies and they're like, man, that would be cool. We should have something like that. You know, Star Trek, for example, they would talk they would have little handheld things. That's what we have now. So kids like you who were super smart, they go, I want to build something like that. They built it and made it look like Star Wars and Star Trek, you know? So that type of stuff, I think, you know, where we are 50 years, where I was, I mean, obviously I was only 2 years old, so I really didn't know anything. But from where we were in 50 years ago to where we are now is so much, it's so big. And imagine how much more we're going to know in the next, especially with AI. I think AI is going to make things go faster, faster, faster. So I expect your lifetime, maybe not your children, but your grandchildren will probably have an opportunity to go to Mars or go to space if they want. Okay, all right. So would you travel? Would you go?
If I could
If we could, right now.
go,
Right.
we should do it.
But I think you said no, right?
I would like to try.
You'd like to try.
If we could do it, we should try it at least one time.
Yep.
Once in our life.
Yep. I agree. Okay, so this first word, I don't think we need the microphone. It's just us in here. Oh, yeah, we do because we're recording. So, all right, so number one, Rebecca, why don't you go ahead and throw number one?
Trunk.
Nope.
Trunk.
Oh, Irene, your mom turned it off. Hold on. One, two, three, four, five.
Trunk.
Okay. Chunk.
C. Piece. Especially of
Jagged.
jagged or random shape.
Okay, so she says chunk is a piece of especially a jagged or random shape. Okay, that is correct. What is jagged? What do you think jagged means? jagged, has not perfect edges, but jagged,
Or
where it's okay. Like my keys are a combination, but they have jagged edges,
like these.
like knives. Yeah. Okay. Knives, especially like hunting knives, have jagged edges. Not steak knife. Steak knife you cut steak with, but jagged knife where you want to kill something with like an animal.
Mango.
Yeah. Okay. All right, number 2.
Radiation.
Radiation.
The emitting of electromagnetic energy such as light or heat.
Okay, so he says radiation is the emitting of electromagnetic energy, such as light or heat. That is correct. Okay. So is radiation usually bad, right? Okay. But a lot of things give off radiation. Okay. So I mean, not that it's good radiation. There's bad radiation, and then there's not as much radiation. Okay. So, like for example, your cell phone gives off a little bit of radiation. You know. Okay. Now, number 3.
Like
Alien.
alien.
Go ahead.
A life form from another planet.
Okay, an alien is a life form from another planet. So while we're talking about space, do you think that there are aliens out there?
Yes.
Rebecca, do you think there are aliens out there? Okay. I don't know how you can't think that. I mean, you have to be so selfish to think that we are the only things in the entire, all of those stars. And all of those stars all have planets that go around it and circle. All those stars that we see, not one piece of thing has other planet has life. So selfish to think that we could be the only people. So I think that there are plenty of aliens out there. I don't know how advanced they are or not advanced, you know, and that type of thing. But just to say that we are all alone is, to me, is just an incredible percentage of not the case.
To look from space, we seems to be a little lonely.
Right. So I think now when I say alien, I mean it could be just a microscope. You know, it could be something very, very small. You know, and obviously not being able to come, travel to Earth because we're so far away from everything else. So, but I'm positive that there is other life out there somewhere, and that's life as we know it, because we can only judge off of our, physics and off of our chemistry and off of our knowledge. We automatically assume that gravity is the same everywhere, and it's not. Different gravity is going to be in different planets and different things. So for us, it wouldn't be out of the ordinary for Groot to be out there, right? Or Rocky Raccoon, Rocket, that type of thing. It's not out of the ordinary for that. Would they be humanoid like us? That would probably be a stretch. Probably not going to be some humanoid like us, but it might be. So never know, right? One day we'll find out, good or bad, right? So, all right, number 4.
Ray.
Okay, ray.
Ray. A narrow stream of radiation.
Okay, ray is a narrow stream of radiation. When you think of ray, you think of what? Light for the sun, right? The sun shows the rays of the sun. Okay. All right, number 5.
Bullet.
Okay, bullet.
A. The
Projectile.
projectile from a gun.
Right. Okay, so a bullet is a projectile from a gun. What's a projectile?
Thing.
What is a projectile? What do you think?
Maybe something come from.
Projectile is something moving. something that's moving, or projectile. Moving. This pen, not a projectile, right? Not moving, right? Now I throw it at Rebecca, now it's a projectile. Now it's moving. Okay? So projectile is a moving target or something, a moving object. Doesn't have to be a pen, could be my phone, could be this book, could be my drink, right?
Black tea.
Could be my Bing Hong Cha.
Black tea.
Okay? So okay, so I'm trying to learn Chinese. Okay, Rebecca, how do you say sugar? Tang. How do you say soup?
Tang.
Yeah, same word, right? Same thing, just different.
我那种 shoulder， 我以为它那种 shoulder，
对，
肩膀。
He thought you say shoulder.
Oh, sugar, like
shoulder.
sugar like sweet. So sugar is tang, 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 tang,
糖
and soup is tang.
糖
Okay. I ordered. I placed my order today, and she said, no. Tang, not tang. She thought I asked for soup. Soup tea. So, okay. Last word.
accumulation.
Yeah, accumulation.
Gradual gathering of something.
Okay, that is correct. A gradual gathering of something. Accumulation. What would be an accumulation? What does gradual mean? What is gradual?
Slowly.
Slowly. Gradual is slowly, very slowly. Okay? Like, let's say that every week, Jason gets a new pair of shoes. So week 1, he's got a pair of shoes. Then week 2, he's got 1, 2. Then week 3, he's got 1, 2, 3. And then week 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And by the time, Christmas comes around, he's got 20 pair. So he has accumulated a bunch of pairs of shoes. Okay? Or it could be anything. It could be watches, could be something that you collect. Pokemon cards. So you guys play Pokemon Go, right, on your phone? Who does? Oh, no, Sheena does. So Sheena plays, so that's what she does. She accumulates, and she looks for that. So that is what that is, a gradual gathering of something. Okay? Okay, so this first word, we're going to go down here to the bottom to these definitions before we read, okay? So number 1, we have milestone, okay? And a milestone is a significant point in development, okay? What would be a significant point in development for us as humans?
Food.
We always learn how to eat food, but what was a very significant point in how we progressed as humans? First thing we learned was fire. Fire. Once we learned fire,
Water.
oh no, water was always there. But once we learned how to make fire, then we could do a lot more things with fire. We can make it heat, it prolonged our life, okay? What would be another significant point?
Tool.
What kind of tool? Light, electricity, very important part of our history. When we got electricity, now all of a sudden we can do things at night. We could do things, right now, there's a lot of people in the world right now that say a significant point in development now is AI. A very significant point in our development. The next thing. Okay? And it could be different things. Milestone, a significant point in Rebecca right now. She's learning how to drive a car. Very significant point in your life. Okay? You know, so there's always these certain things. Like, you know, for us in America, we can get a driver's license at 16. When I'm 16, I get a driver's license. That's a milestone. When you're 16, driver's license. Yeah. And the next milestone, 21. Or next milestone is high school, graduation high school. Graduate high school, that's a milestone. Okay? It's kind of a significant point in everybody's life. Okay? And the next thing would be, you know, for us in America, next one is 21, when you can drink alcohol. When you're able to do it without having to ask anybody. Okay? You know, that type of thing. So there are milestones. And then after that, it's like when you turn 25, it's kind of a big deal. When you turn 50, it's kind of a big deal. Okay, that type of thing. But another milestone would be getting married, having your first child, that type of thing. Very, very significant milestones. Graduation, college, you know. Okay. All right, next word, spur. To spur is to cause. Okay. How did we don't know the answer to this because there was no such thing as documentation. But how did we as humans learn fire?
Maybe some lightning hit the roof.
Right. No roof, back then probably. People that lived in caves and lived in things. So a couple of things could have happened, right? Most likely what most historians say, is what spurred fire is lightning hit a tree, caught the tree on fire. And people were like, whoa, because it was something they'd never seen before. You get close and it got real warm and real hot. And people were like, oh, feels good, especially if it was cold, right? So they try to figure out how to do that. Okay, and then it could have been that. They say some people it could have been volcanoes. Volcano goes up, spreads the ashes into the air. It comes down on trees and catches the trees on fire. Okay, so they had to learn to keep the fire going. They realized that if you keep fire, once the fire like this, you just keep putting pieces of wood there, the fire will keep going. Okay, so fire became from what they said, the fire was the first money that we ever had. That, these different tribes of people lived. If their fire went out, they would come over here and they would sell like food or clothes or people to get some of their fire to bring back because they didn't realize that fire wasn't all the time. So they learned, oh my gosh, the fire went out. How do we start the fire again? We have to wait for another lightning strike. Or they go, hey, they have fire at that village over there. They go and take their village, they take their fire and take it back to the village. Okay? So that would be a spur or something that would cause that. Okay? Next word, cosmic. Cosmic is of or relating to the universe or outer space. So anything that we talk about is cosmic. Cosmic in the stars, cosmic. Okay? This next word, hypothetical. Hypothetical is theoretical, proposed but not proven. Okay? So something is hypothetical. Okay? Hypothetically, you could go to Europe and go ride that roller coaster if you wanted to. It may not happen. It may not be able to be proven. You may not be able to get to go. I don't know where you're going in Europe, but hypothetically, you could go there, or you could go visit the Eiffel Tower in France, or you could go do these different things when you're there, for 3 weeks. Okay, so hypothetical. Okay, so hypothetical is just theoretical theories. Okay. Okay. Next word, manifestation. A sign that shows something clearly. Okay? All right. So a manifestation. We see that every day when the sun comes up. We see a manifestation of the sun. Okay? We, again, because of our eyes and because of the atmosphere, what color is the sun? you think it's yellow, right? Yellow? But the sun's not yellow. The sun is white. But our eyes see that white as yellow because it goes through our atmosphere and goes through that.
Or maybe some gas or something.
This is what my science teacher taught us. And this is 50 years ago. This is when I was in school.
Our teacher told us two.
Yep. If the sun was yellow, then when the sun hit ice on if ice on the ground for like snow, then that snow would be yellow. But because it's not yellow, it makes it white. That's the reason why all the stars out are white. Now, our eyes can only see certain spectrums of colors. So because it goes through all the water in the atmosphere and all that, it creates, is the sky really blue? No, the sky is not blue, but we see blue because our eyes see the blue from the water that's in the atmosphere, in the air, and that reflects off of the sun, the white light from that. I know, science class, not English class, sorry. Okay? So that is what a manifestation is. Okay? And again, your science teacher will tell you, like when we look outside and we see the sunlight right now, we're not really seeing the sun. We're seeing the sun that was 7 minutes ago. It takes the sun 8 minutes. 7, yeah, something like that. It takes 7.5. We always had it as 7.8 or something like that. But 8 minutes, what you see is 8 minutes ago. Okay? So like when you look out in the stars and you see a certain star, you're not seeing that star right now. You're seeing it from that light from millions of years ago, depending on how far away it is, right? Not just not the sun, but I'm talking about any star. If you open up this phone and you go, and I see a star, let's see, who's the first star I see? Okay, so there's Polaris. Polaris is, since that way y'all can see. Okay, so there's Castor right there. So Pollux is right there. So when we see this star, if we go outside and we're able to see that, it's not what we see right now. It's what was happening however far away it is times light years. Okay? So we're not seeing that right now, depending on what star it is. I think the closest star we have is in the Alpha Centauri thing. So, okay. All right. Okay, next word, dark matter. Dark matter is a matter that is not yet directly observed, but hypothesized to explain gravitational effects. I don't know much about dark matter because that really wasn't a thing for us when I was your age. So I don't really know a lot about dark matter. Do y'all study more dark matter stuff?
Does my teacher say it's been proven? Proven.
It has been or not proven?
My teacher say yes, but I think last time I saw the newspaper, they say it hasn't been proven.
Yeah. And again, this book is 2015, so
Dark matter appeared in our book, in our school.
Yeah. So dark matter is hypothesized. Okay, meaning it's not. There is no such thing as. I can't just go, here is dark matter. It's not there yet. They think it's there. They have an idea it's there, but they haven't been able to physically prove that yet, to my knowledge. Now, I say that, and they may have. Okay? Right? So underway is an idiom. It's in progress. So like right now, you're underway. You're underway of getting your driver's license, right? Okay, you're in the progress, and you're in progress of getting it. You haven't gotten it yet, but you're in the process of doing it. You're like that. Okay. Okay, next word, ample. Ample is more than enough. Okay. If like we talked about a while ago with Jason, 1 pair of shoes, 2 pair of shoes, 3 pair of shoes, at some point he's got enough pairs of shoes, right? You can only wear 1 pair of shoe at a time, right? So, my wife has like 30 pairs of shoes, but she's only got 2 feet. So I don't know why she's got so many pairs of shoes. right? So I don't understand, but that's just me. She has an ample amount of shoes. She has more than enough pairs of shoes. But then we go shopping, and the first place she goes is in the shoe section. And I'm like, why do you need more shoes? Don't you have enough shoes? She looks at me, and she looks at me like this, and she goes, you can never have enough shoes. Can you? Can you ever have enough shoes? Okay, so my wife, the first thing she does every time goes to the shoe store. Oh, look at these. Don't you have a pair just like that? No, different. How? So, and next word, asteroid. Asteroid is any of the thousands of rocky bodies that orbit the sun, especially the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. Okay, so we have asteroids. Asteroids are just pieces of rock that are floating in space. Okay. Next word, debris, broken pieces of objects or trash. Okay, same thing. Broken objects, broken pieces of rock, debris in the thing. Okay, last word, deflect. To cause something that is moving to change direction. Okay, so, as the sun comes down, and the sun rays come down, if you put a mirror or you put something up, even if your cell phone, you can reflect the sun will glass like the light will reflect off of the glass and go on to that. Okay. So deflect. Okay. Two people. Why don't we just do one paragraph, one paragraph, one paragraph, one paragraph, one paragraph, one paragraph? Okay? That seems probably the easiest way to do it. Okay? All right, let's do that. And then again, at the end of your paragraph, we'll go. So as you're reading, as she's reading, if you see a word that you want me to try to explain better, let me know at the end. Okay. All right, so the ISS and the future of space. Okay.
The year 2015 marked a major milestone for the International Space Station. A record 15 years of continuous human presence in space. This is not an accomplishment to take for granted. The station's age is a growing concern and has spurred some discussion of the eventual end of the ISS mission. The US and Russia have tentatively agreed to continue their cooperation in operating the station, with Russia independently announcing plans to keep it running until at least 2024. But at some point, it will be necessary to retire the ISS. With the end in sight, the station's groundbreaking research is all the more important, as it will lay the foundation for the next stage of humanity's exploration of space.
Okay. So, the year 2015 marked a major milestone for the ISS. A record 15 years of continuous. What is continuous? Always what? Always is probably the word you don't want to use. Continuous would be never stop. Continuous, always going, never stop. Okay? So continuous human presence. What is presence? Huh?
I don't know.
Okay. What is present, you think, Rebecca? Huh?
Now. Is it mean now?
No, not now. Presence means always someone there. There's always been at least one person on the station. Okay? So a presence would be somebody that there's always at least one person there, somebody there. Maybe not, maybe Russia, maybe United States, maybe somebody else, but at least one person always there. Okay? So to put it in your perspective, I'm sure in Dolio there are places that are open 24 hours a day. Food, right? Right? Continuous. Always open. Never closed. Right? Which means there's always got to be at least one employee there, right? If they're always open all the time, then someone's got to be there to make the food or to serve the food or whatever, right? So it's always there. So that's what a presence is. Okay? Okay. This is not an accomplishment to take for granted. What does take for granted mean? Take for granted is to appreciate, to, I'm not trying to be mean when I say this, but most kids take their parents for granted. They just assume that they're going to,
Think it is. How to say that?
yeah.
How to say it? Is okay. They think that everything's always there, or and do everything for them is what they should do.
Right. Rebecca, for example, is going to find this out a little bit. She's always had her mom and her dad around, parents around, always being here. But now she's going to go to college, and she's not going to have her parents around all the time, and that's going to be different. It's going to be changed. It's going to be something that she's used to, seeing her mom or seeing her dad or doing things, and now all of a sudden they're not there all the time, and they take for granted that, or the opposite end where Rebecca breaks her phone. And she just automatically assumes that, well, mom's going to buy me a new phone, right? Because I broke mine. Okay, that's also a part of taking something for granted. Okay? Okay. A station's age is a growing concern and has spurred some discussion in the eventual end of the ISS mission. The U.S. and Russia have tentatively, what is tentatively? That's kind of a difficult word, tentatively.
Both.
Tentatively means they're not really sure. They're like, yeah, okay, kinda. Like, hey, Rebecca, do you want to go to this concert in 5 months? Well, you really don't know what you're going to be doing in 5 months, right? So you can go, well, yeah, I'd like to go, but I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what things are going to do. I don't know about tests. So you may say, oh, yeah, I want to go. I want to go to this concert. But, you're reserving the right to say no because if a test shows up the same day, you can't miss the test and you can't go to the concert. That type of thing. Does that make sense? So tentatively means, yeah, but that is what tentatively means. Okay. Mm-hmm. So Russia have tentatively agreed to continue their cooperation in operating the station, and Russia independently announcing plans to keep it running until 2024. But at some point, it will be necessary to retire the ISS. What is retire?
Stop working.
Yeah, at some point they're going to have to stop. It's going to have to stop working because it's old. Okay, unless they build a new one, right? Okay. So with the end of sight, everything eventually retires, right? At some point, no matter how well you take care of your phone, it's going to die, right? No matter how good you take care of your iPad, at some point it's gonna go kaput, right? So, I can drive my car only for so long. Cars have a certain time where at some point they get so old they don't work anymore. Okay? Okay, so with the end in sight, the station's groundbreaking. What is groundbreaking? Groundbreaking means very new, very big, very important. Groundbreaking. Okay. You know, new technology, very groundbreaking. Yeah. Research is all more important as it will lay the foundation. What is foundation? As it will lay the foundation. The foundation is
the somebody or a team do something.
well, a foundation is the base. All houses are built on a foundation. If your foundation is very strong, then your house is very strong. Okay. What's the foundation of English? What's the first thing you learned about English when you were in kindergarten? ABCs is the foundation of English. You have to learn your ABCs. If you don't know ABC, you don't know the ABCs, you're going to have a hard time. Okay, so you have to learn the foundation. Okay, what's the foundation of math?
Plus, minus.
Numbers.
Multiplication, division. But what's the most foundation of math?
Number.
Numbers. Very difficult to know add, subtract, multiply, and divide if you don't know what 2 and 3 and 4 is, right? Okay, so very important foundation part. Okay. Okay, so as it will lay the foundation for the next stage of humanity's exploration of space. Okay, did I miss any words? Anybody else got a word they didn't understand? Rebecca? Yes? No? Jason? Yes? No? Okay, Jason, second paragraph.
Since 2011, the ISS has been home to
the alpha.
To the alpha magnetic
Yep. Spectrometer. But that's okay. That's good. Spectrometer.
Spectrometer, an experimental device that supports research in high-energy theoretical physics. The AMS is a tool that records the presence of cosmic rays in its search for such phenomena as antimatter and
Hypothetical
dark matter. So far, it has recorded more than 60 billion manifestations of cosmic energy.
Good.
Nobel
laureate. Nobel laureate.
Laureate Samuel Ting of the
Massachusetts
Institute of Technology is the physicists assigned to interpret the latest findings. Ting believes that thanks to AMS data, his team is on the brink of identifying the origins of dark matter.
Okay, yeah, good one. Okay, so since 2011, the ISS has been home to the Alpha Magnetic Spectrometer, an experimental device. What's the device? Device is a machine, okay, device that supports research. What's experimental? It says experimental device, so we know machine is a device. What's experimental?
Still
Right, well, it means it's not, hasn't been fully. Experimental means that we're doing experiments to make sure that it works. Okay. So, an experimental device that supports research in a high energy theoretical physics. The AMS is a tool that records. What's records?
to write down.
Right, to record, to keep track of, to keep data on. Okay. The presence of cosmic rays in its search for such phenomena. What is phenomena?
Phenomenon.
It's a phenomenon, right? Phenomena means something that happens very rarely, something that doesn't happen very often. A phenomenon. Okay. In Taiwan, is it a phenomena for us to have an earthquake? No. I lived in Texas for 50 years. Never had an earthquake. So if we had an earthquake in Texas, it would be a phenomenon. It would be like, wow, what happened? Here, almost every day it feels like. Little bitty. Boom. A couple nights ago, 10 o'clock at night, I'm sitting there watching TV, all of a sudden I go, I'm like, oh, that's nice. And I go, Esther, I go, well, look at my wife, did you feel that? She goes, what? She goes, we had a little earthquake. She goes, no, we didn't. So I turn on the Taiwanese news. Beep, 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 beep. She's like, wow, you feel that? I'm like, she's like, wow. So, but because I'm not used to it, so anytime if something different, it's weird, I can feel it. Okay. Yeah. So as antimatter and hypothetical dark matter, so far it has recorded more than 60 billion manifestations of cosmic energy. Nobel laureate Samuel Ting. So a Nobel laureate means someone who has won the Nobel Prize. Okay? Does anybody, have you ever heard of a Nobel Prize? Okay, so Rebecca, do you know what the Nobel Prize is? Nobel Prize is given, I think it's every year. It may be every 5 years. I don't know when it is. And what that is the highest prize, it's the highest award given to a certain field in science. Okay? All right. So Nobel laureate Samuel Ting of the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. You guys may know that as MIT. In America, it's a college called MIT. It's in Boston. It's very smart people. Okay?
I see Taiwan. Made in Taiwan.
Yeah. So MIT, okay, leads the physicists assigned to interpret. What is interpret? So he leads the physicists assigned to interpret the latest findings. What is interpret?
I forgot.
Interpret means to explain. Like me, I interpret English to you guys. Okay? So I try to help out and give you words to interpret. Okay? Especially these bigger words you may not understand, so I try to give it to you in a better, easier way. Okay? So, to interpret the latest findings, Ting believes that thanks to AMS data, his team is on the brink. What is on the brink?
Almost.
Almost. Getting close. On the brink. Okay? So almost, very close to identifying the origins of dark matter. Okay? All right. Did I miss any words? Anybody got another word?
Theoretical.
Theoretical. Oh, we had theoretical a while ago. Well, hypothetical, theoretical are the same. Theoretical is theories. Like there are people in the world, Rebecca, Jason, there are people in the world that have a theory that the earth is flat. Right? There are people that think that the earth is flat.
A long time ago.
Right. Well, no. Now people still, these days, they still go, oh no, the earth is flat. Very stupid, right? But theoretical for them. Okay? They have a theory on that. Okay? They say because of certain things that happen, the earth is flat. Stupid, I know. Okay? But there are people that have these theories. It's theoretical. Okay? Okay, any other words? No? Okay, Rebecca, next paragraph. Oh, Rebecca, long paragraph, sorry.
Cosmic radiation can also be dangerous to humans in space. A better understanding of this radiation will be needed before astronauts may safely travel to destinations farther out into the universe, like Mars. The ISS is the ideal place for developing the technology to support a mission to Mars, the planning for which is already underway. One of the greatest challenges facing such missions is the unknown effects of long-term space flight on the human body. In 2015, astronaut Scott Kelly of NASA and Russian
Cosmonaut. Mikhail Koreniko
began a one-year stay aboard the ISS. Very few humans have spent such a long time in space, so this is an important opportunity for discovery. We know a lot about 6 months, says NASA scientist Julie Robinson, but we know almost nothing about what happens between 6 and 12 months in space.
Korenko
and Kelly will be closely monitored for changes to their eyesight, hearing, and metabolism. Their year on the station will provide ample opportunities to refine the skills that will be needed by the astronauts who someday venture beyond Earth's orbit.
Okay, long paragraph for you. Okay, so cosmic radiation can be dangerous to humans in space. What is dangerous? Not safe. Okay. A better understanding of this radiation will be needed before astronauts may safely travel to destinations farther out into the universe, like Mars. The ISS is the ideal place for developing the technology to support a mission to Mars, the planning for which is already underway. One of the greatest challenges, what is challenges? Hard to do, tests, right? One of the greatest challenges facing such missions is the unknown effects. What is unknown?
You
Don't know. Unknown meaning not known, right? Right? Unknown effects of long-term space flight on the human body. In 2015, astronaut Scott Kelly of NASA, okay, NASA being America, right? Okay, and Russian cosmonaut. Cosmonaut and astronaut are the same. One is an English word, cosmonaut is a Russian word. Okay? Okay. Mikhail Kornienko began a 1-year stay aboard the ISS. Very few humans have spent such a long time in space. So this is an important opportunity. What is opportunity? Chance. For discovery. We know a lot about 6 months, says the scientist Julie Robinson, but we know almost nothing about what happens between 6 and 12 months in space. Kornienko and Kelly will be closely monitored. What is monitored? Monitored will be checked on or checked up. They'll be watched very closely. Okay? When you go to the hospital, you are closely monitored. Nurse comes in, checks on you, makes sure you're okay, leaves. Comes back later, they come back in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, right? Okay. Have you ever been sick, Jason? Ever go home and stay home from being sick? Stay home from school?
Sometimes.
Does your mom or your dad come in and check on you every now and then, make sure you're okay?
No.
Probably when you were younger, they did.
Well, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe elementary school, I think.
Come bring you essence of chicken and all kinds of stuff to make you better, right?
Oh,
Okay.
I don't eat. I don't eat chicken.
Okay, fair enough. Okay. So Kornienko and will be closely monitored for changes to their eyesight, hearing, and metabolism. What's metabolism? Okay, we know what eyesight is, right? Eyesight, hearing. What is metabolism?
Smell.
Metabolism is your body, how, making sure that the blood is going everywhere, make sure your heart is pumping good, make sure that the blood is, the heart pumps the blood, right? Pumps the blood into the body, out.
Blood pressure.
Right, so blood pressure, metabolism, that type of thing. Make sure everywhere gets blood, make sure you don't, that type of thing, okay? Their year on the station will provide ample opportunities to refine the skills that will be needed by the astronauts who someday venture beyond Earth's orbit. I remember when, I don't know about Kornienko in Russia, but when Scott Kelly came back he came back after a year, the one thing they noticed that I remember from the news is that he got 2 inches shorter. So he got this much shorter. When he went there, he was this much taller. When he came back, he was about this much shorter. Okay? And they think because of the atmosphere, the pressure of being in the suit all the time and everything, compacted his back and made him shorter. Okay? So they've realized that they need to do a lot more. So now the astronauts, they basically build a gym in the ISS for them to lift weights and to keep themselves fit and strong and keep them moving around and keeping them fit. Making them, do some type of jogging, like on a treadmill or something like that, to keep circulation going and to keep that. Okay. That's the one thing I remember about Kelly was I remember them going that he was 2 inches shorter, and I remember going, man, that's kind of weird. Okay. Is there any words that I missed? That paragraph was actually pretty easy as far as big words.
Venture.
Where at? Which one?
Venture.
Venture. Oh, okay. Okay, so we'll need about the astronaut who someday venture. A venture is a planned trip. So in this situation, someday venture beyond. So what this thing is saying is, in order to, these skills need to be by the astronauts who someday venture beyond Earth's orbit. So if people want to go farther than Earth, again, they were only gone for a year and they never left orbit. Okay, so if we want to go past the orbit or go to Mars, which is a much farther distance than just the orbit of the ISS. Venture is if they want to go past, so it's a longer trip. Venture means to go farther away. Okay. Okay. Rebecca, you said I think I've asked you this before. Have you ever left Taiwan? Have you ever been? Where did you go?
Philippines.
Japan. So
Philippines.
what?
Philippines.
Philippines. Okay, so you've been to the Philippines and you've been to Japan?
No.
Just Philippines.
And Hong Kong.
And Hong Kong.
I forgot.
Macau.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I remember you say Macau. Okay. I remember I say Macau. Okay. So Taiwan, and then you've got the Philippines is down here somewhere, right? And then Hong Kong is like somewhere right here, and then Macau's right next to Hong Kong. So you have ventured a little ways away from Taiwan. But you've been to America, you're going to Europe this week, right? So you've ventured farther, right? So, as people go farther away and farther out, they venture farther out. Okay. All right. Any other words? Okay. Then, Jason, your turn to read.
In addition to helping explore the universe beyond our planet, the ISS also has important work to do closer to home. Some scientists have proposed equipping the station with a powerful laser nut for blazing
Asteroids.
or hostile aliens, but for removing space trash and accumulation of as much as 3,000 tons of junk is already in Earth's orbit, some traveling at speeds over 20,000 miles per hour, over 10 times faster than the average bullet, as accurately
Dramatized.
in the
13.
2013 movie Gravity.
Collisions
Collisions with even tiny chunks of space trash can cause a serious danger to satellites, the ISS itself, and other spacecraft. Telescopes on the station could detect tiny pieces of
debris.
Debris.
Yeah, no S. The S is silent. Debris
in orbit and target the laser to deflect the course of the junk down into the atmosphere, where it would burn up. Japanese researchers plan to test such a system on the ISS. We may finally have a way to stop the headache of rapidly growing space debris that endangers space activities. Project leader Toshikazu Ibisuka
Sure.
Ibizaki said.
Okay. All right, so in addition to helping explore the universe beyond our planet, the ISS also has important work to do closer to home. These scientists, some scientists have proposed equipping the station. What is equipping? Well, in this situation, proposed equipping the station, building something on the station, equipping it, giving it something. Okay, all right. So equipping the station with a powerful laser, not for blasting asteroids or hostile aliens. What's hostile?
Bad.
Bad what?
One.
In this situation, it says aliens. So hostile would be if it was bad aliens, okay, or enemy. I mean, if the aliens came and said, "We come in peace," right? Then we're not going to blast them, right? But if they say, "We're coming to kill you," then we want a space laser, right? Okay. So hostile, but for removing space trash, an accumulation of as much as 3,000 tons of junk is already in Earth's orbit. Why is there so much junk in Earth's orbit? Yeah, old satellites, satellites that have crashed into each other, satellites, things that have broken off of it, and it's not heavy enough to go down. Gravity can't pull it down, so it stays in the orbit of the Earth. Okay. As accurately dramatized in the 2013 movie Gravity, collisions. What are collisions? By the way, has anybody ever seen that movie, Gravity? Have you ever seen the movie Gravity? It says 2013 movie Gravity. Have you ever seen Gravity? The movie?
No, but I have seen a cartoon called Gravity Falls.
Okay. Right. So this movie Gravity was actually not bad. It was pretty good. Okay. Kind of sad, but okay. What is collisions? It says, okay. As accurately dramatized in the 2013 Gravity, collisions with even tiny chunks of space. So what's collisions? Two things that run into each other. If a car and a car run into each other, it's a collision. If a car and a scooter run into each other, it's a collision. Okay? So collision is when two things hit each other. Okay? Okay? It can cause a serious danger to satellites. We talked about danger a while ago. What's danger?
Space trash.
No. What is danger? It cause a serious danger to satellites. Danger is not safe. Yeah. Okay. All right. The ISS itself and other spacecraft. Telescopes on the station could detect. What is detect? To find. Mm-hmm. Tiny pieces of debris in orbit and target a laser to deflect the course of the junk. What is course? Deflect the course. What is course?
The way they go.
Course is path. The path on which the course. So let's say that this is space junk, right? And this is the ISS, and it's coming this way, and it's coming this way, and it's coming this way. They have a laser that will go, and it will deflect, and it will make it go away and not hit the ISS. It will go, okay? So the course is this path that it's going on. Path. And then we deflect it, and it changes path, changes course. Okay? Japanese researchers plan to test such a system on the ISS. We may finally have a way to stop the headache of rapidly. What is rapidly? What is rapidly? Rapidly coming from the word rapid, which means quick, fast. Okay, so it's happening very fast. Rapidly growing space debris that endangers. What is endangers? Same thing. Endangers means same thing. Not safe. Okay. Through space activities project leader. Oh, I get to say it. Hold on. Let me see if I can say his name in Japanese. Toshikazu Ebisuzaki. Okay, that's my Japanese. Okay, said. Okay, did I miss any words? Let me see if I can say his name better. Toshikazu Ebizaki. Okay, all right, then you get the last paragraph there, Rebecca.
Through the exploration of space will surely continue, whether in low Earth orbit or beyond. The next step for space stations is hard to predict. One question many observers have posed is whether the next ISS will be operated by governments alone or will involve private companies. Elon Musk's SpaceX has already launched rockets to bring supplies to the ISS, and it is designing reusable vehicles for private travel into space. Private space stations might serve tourists along with scientists and astronauts, as well as provide funding for continued research. In any case, for the near future, the ISS will remain an important player in space exploration.
Okay. So through the exploration of space, I'm sorry, not through, though the exploration of space will surely continue, whether in low Earth orbit or beyond, the next step for space stations is hard to predict. What is predict? It's hard to know. Predict is to know. How it's hard to know what the next thing is going to be. It's hard.
Future.
Yeah, to know the future, to protect the future, to predict the future. Okay. Right. One question many observers have posed. What is posed? Posed is asked. Ask. What question have they asked? Okay. Is whether the next ISS will be operated by governments alone or will involve private companies. Elon Musk's SpaceX has already launched rockets to bring supplies to the ISS, and it is designing reusable vehicles for private travel into space. A private space station might serve tourists. What are tourists?
People
People that are visiting, right? Okay. You're fixing to be a tourist, right? Okay. Along with scientists and astronauts, as well as provide funding. What is funding? What do you think funding means? Funding means money. They need money. Okay. As well as provide funding or provide money for continued research. In any case, for the near future, the ISS will remain an important player in space exploration. Okay. From what I've read, which hasn't been much, but from what I read, the next thing that's going to happen after the ISS is they're going to build something that is super duper big as like an ISS. But they're going to make it to where they're going to put like 3D printers, a bunch of stuff like that. Because the hardest thing about space travel is getting off the planet because the gravity pulls so hard. So what they've learned is it might be easier to build
many pieces.
To build the spaceship in space.
Or to build many pieces and to.
Right, in space, then they can launch from space instead of launching from here and using so much fuel and so much everything else and so much weight and so much thing. The hardest thing is the gravity of Earth and getting out of the Earth's atmosphere into space. So now what they're trying to talk about doing is building, basically, without sounding stupid, building a Toyota dealership, a Toyota plant in space, building the car, building the car that they're going to take and travel in space from there, making it much easier to do. So I guarantee you, once we do go to Mars, and we will go to Mars at some point in your lifetime, probably not mine, but at some point, when we go to Mars, it won't be from here. It won't be us. It won't be people from Mars leaving Earth going to Mars. It will be astronauts going to the space station and then leaving from Mars from there. They go to Mars from there, not from here. Okay. At least that's what I think. Everywhere I've read said that that's probably the case. Okay. Okay. All right, we got about 10 minutes left here, so let's go through real fast. I'll tell you what, I'll do the reading. Why don't you just guys answer, okay? So, number one, the ISS reached an important anniversary in 2015. True or false? Huh? True is correct. Okay, Jason, the United States has renewed its commitments to the ISS until 2024. False. That is correct. Not the United States, but Russia. Good. Okay, number three, Rebecca. Samuel Ting has received a Nobel Prize. True is correct. Good. Number four, Jason. Scott Kelly and Mikhail Koryenko are both NASA astronauts. False is correct. And Mikhail is from Russia. Okay, number five, Rebecca. The ISS is now equipped with a laser for deflecting space junk. False is correct. Good. So now we're going to choose the best answer for the according to the reading. Jason, what is the main purpose of the reading?
A, to provide an overview of the present status of the ISS.
Okay, he says to provide an overview of the present status of the ISS. That is correct. Okay, number two, Rebecca, part of the AMS mission is to gather data about blank.
C. The origin of dark matter.
Okay, she says the origin of dark matter. That is correct. Number three, Jason, in paragraph 3, the word which refers to blank.
C, mission.
Okay, he says C, mission. That is correct.
A mission to Mars.
Yep. Okay. All right, number 4, Rebecca, according to paragraph 5, private companies might blank.
D. All of the above.
She says D, all the above. That is correct. Okay, number 1, Jason, what is the main cause for concern about the ISS?
Man called. Oh, not the phone.
I believe the answer is on line 3.
The station's age is growing faster than
There you go. So what is the main cause of concern for the ISS? The station's age is correct. Okay, number 2. Rebecca, why is the large amount of space trash in Earth's orbit a serious problem?
Collisions with even a serious danger to satellites.
Yeah, and the ISS itself and other spacecraft. That's right. So why is the large amount of space trash in Earth's orbit a serious problem? Collisions. Collisions with the spacecraft, with the ISS, that type of thing. Okay. All right. Next one, the summary. We're going to fill in the blanks with the phrases in the box. So all the answers are in that box to the left. So first we'll do the circle that says AMS. So Jason, number 1, searching for data on blank.
ING theoretical physics.
No, the answers are here in the box.
Oh, I know. Oh. Okay, still fine. Searching for data.
That's right. Okay. Searching for data on antimatter, dark matter, and etc. Okay. Number 2, Rebecca could explain our understanding of blank.
The origins of the universe.
Origins of the universe is correct. Okay. Now we're going to go to the space flight's effect on the body. Jason, study will increase knowledge of effects of blank in space.
Eyesight, hearing, metabolism.
Okay, that is not correct. Okay, the answer is study will increase knowledge of effects of 6 to 12 months in space. Number 4, Rebecca, will be will monitor blank.
Eyesight, hearing, metabolism.
Metabolism. That's right. So it will monitor their eyesight, their hearing, and their metabolism. Good. Okay, now we're going to the last one, space debris. Jason, number 5. NASA researchers want to equip the ISS with a blank.
Laser system.
Laser system is correct. Number 6, the apparatus could be used to make orbiting Earth safer is correct. Okay, that takes us to the last vocabulary practice. So Jason, number 1, markings on a blank can help investigators identify the weapon that fired it. Again, remember, all the answers are in this yellow box.
Bullet.
Okay, he says bullet. That is correct. Number 2, Rebecca, in movies, blank are often portrayed as frightening creatures that resemble insects or reptiles. Alien is correct. Or in this situation, aliens. Okay? Okay, number 3, Jason. Meteorites are small blank of asteroids or comets that made it all the way to the Earth's surface.
Small. Oh, small chunk.
Small chunks of asteroids. That is correct. Number 4, Rebecca, though some still worry about the health risks of blank from cell phones, no evidence has been found that it is dangerous. Radiation is correct. Number 5, Jason, a single blank of light that enters a small hole in a dark room will produce an image of what is directly outside. Ray is correct, which makes number 6, Rebecca, the easy one. If you do not clean your fish tank regularly, the blank of waste will make the water poisonous. Accumulation is correct, and I I finished with 20 seconds left to spare. So good. Ooh, look what next week is. Ooh, that's me, so strong. So strong. Rebecca, is that what kind of boyfriend you want? Is that you want him to look like that?
I don't know.
No, no. Okay. My wife would look at that and she would go, "Ooh, no." And you know what she would say? She would say, I don't want a husband like that." And I would say, "Why not?" She goes, "Well, it looks to me like he loves himself more than he loves anybody else." I'm like, "Oh, well. If you can't love yourself, who can you love?" All right, goodbye. Zaijian. Have fun in Europe.
See you next month.
I will see you next month. I will see you in July. Or maybe not.